Right. 9 June 2025. And today I am excited to be giving you the morning trending news. And today is a very important day. We've got a lot that is happening. I want to take you through one of the most important stories that is taking place. And then I'll take you through some of the stories that are taking place in Zimbabwe. So let's start with Zambia. And today, there is a very strange story in the South African press. And this is trending, the death of former Zambian President Edgar Lungu is trending in South Africa. And what is going to happen is that a protest is going to be held at the Zambian High Commission. And today in the Star newspaper, there are reports that the former president of Zambia, Edgar Lungu, was poisoned. However, it is not clear who poisoned him, and the newspaper does not say who poisoned Lungu. So, as I said, a protest is going to be held at the Zambian High Commission, and I believe that this death is now being used for campaigning. So, for campaigning for the elections, you know that Zambia has got elections that are coming on, and some people in PF, I believe, are now starting to use this as a campaign tool. So if you go in the newspaper, it shows you here. So that is today's newspaper, 9 June. And you can clearly see that they are talking about the poisoning of Lungu. And they are saying currently the government of Zambia has taken over the funeral as a state funeral. They've ordered the hospital not to provide any documents to the family. So according to multiple hospital insiders, Zambian government officials instructed staff not to release information or documents to the family, stating that Lungu's passing was now being handled strictly as a state funeral. The PF and the Lungu family allege that this has been used as a pretext to exclude them from planning processes. So this is what they say here. Lungu died on the 5th of June at Mediclinic Medforum Hospital in Pretoria. So it's one of the small hospitals inside of South Africa in Pretoria. And I believe that if you read the story, you will not see where they say he was poisoned or who poisoned him. But they make some assumptions here. So I do not know who they're accusing of poisoning him. And they're saying, meanwhile, an outrage is growing among Zambians living in South Africa. A protest under the banner "Suffering Lungu, even in death," is being organized outside the Zambian High Commission in Petoria. Organizers say the protest is not just about Lungu's treatment in death, but how much a broader crisis of governance under HH. But I don't believe so. So I've been in Zambia quite a number of times, and I believe that President Hakainde Hichilema has done a great job in Zambia. He's done very, very well. And I don't believe that President Hakainde Hichilema would hold a grudge against Lungu. Let me tell you what, in most countries, an incoming president like HH would have arrested Lungu. And I think he didn't arrest him when he came into power. This is crazy. I think in death, a lot happens. And President Hakainde Hichilema is now being used here. I think the campaigning period has started, and this death is being used as a campaign tool. So let's go to President Hakainde Hichilema's Facebook. He posted a lot here, and I want to show you what is posted today. So President Hakainde Hichilema has not said a lot ever since the 7th. That was the last post, and they've passed, the cabinet has passed condolences. They did have a moment of silence. I showed you that moment of silence last week. So this is being taken seriously by the government of Zambia, and Lungu is going to be getting a state funeral. However, the South African press today reporting that Lungu was poisoned, but they're not saying who poisoned him, what happened, and it's possible that anything would have happened, but I don't believe that it was a poisoning. Lungu was in hospital for a long time, a number of weeks, and he was also he also left Zambia complaining of chest pains. So what happened here is that there is a lot that happened. That's all I can say. A lot happened, but let's see what happens when those protests take place at the Zambian High Commission. Unfortunately, I am not going to be able to attend some of those protests, but I'm around. When I get an opportunity, I am going to go over there and attend. Now, let's quickly go to Zimbabwe. Then I'll go back to Zambia and South Africa. Let's start with the Zimbabwe. So, as you're aware, there is massive campaigning taking place by Tagwire. So, Kuda Tagwire is a big player in politics right now. He wants to take over from Mnangagwa as the new president of Zimbabwe. So, Kuda Tagwire has broadened his campaign. So, this weekend, Kuda Tagwire was campaigning in Chegutu, and this campaign was taking place in front of the ZCC crowd. You know that Kuda Tagwire is a member of the SDA, but he campaigned in front of the ZCC. So I can see some sort of coordination taking place between Kuda Tagwire and members of the ZCC. So you can see the guys from ZCC here. ZCC has over 1 million members. SDA has also over 1 million members in Zimbabwe. So automatically, we are seeing here some sort of plan by Kuda Tagwire to win the elections in 2028. And this is becoming a reality for him. So just check it out. He is in Chegutu, quietly campaigning and trying to take over as the new president of Zimbabwe. And also, you can see that the president of the ZCC was also there. Mutendi was also present. Over the past week, Mutendi was given another $1 million by Wikinger. This is becoming a serious problem. These two guys are making inroads in their campaign. So they're using money, Kuda Tagwire and Wikinger. They use money against the people who are supposed to take over. Right now, Chiwenga is next in line. But the way I'm seeing this going, Kuda Tagwire and Wikinger playing a big part with the Paul Tungwarara working on the war veterans. Kuda Tagwire and Wikinger are working on the churches. So let's see what happens. Let's see if Chiwenga has a plan. Is Chiwenga able to get out of this thing? This is going to be big. This is terrible. I cannot believe what's happening here. These guys are running away with this thing. And I showed you what Mnangagwa has been doing with preventing the coup. So Mnangagwa working on the army, Tungwarara working on the war veterans, and Tagwire working on the churches with Wikinger, and then the celebrities getting cars. These guys have got a plan. It's just a matter of time before we see what they're planning to do. Now, let me quickly go to other stories. Very interesting stories. Let's start with the key event that took place in South Africa yesterday. So Tete Tijana won his third Comrades. So that was the Comrades which was taking place yesterday. And you remember that the last Zimbabwean to win the Comrades was Stephen Mujingi. You remember this guy was doing very well. So this year, there was no Zimbabwean on the top 5. In fact, the people who were in the top 5 is Tete Tijana, South Africa, Peter Wesma, Netherlands, Nikolai Volkov, Russia, Edward Motibi, South Africa, and Joseph Manyadi, South Africa. So South Africa is doing very well in the Comrades. Similarly, in the female side, it was the same. South Africa, Russia, Kenya, South Africa, and Poland. So the Comrades are doing very well. The last time Zimbabwean won was in 2011. Stephen Mujingi won in 2009, 2010, and 2011. That is the last time we had a Zimbabwean winning the Comrades. So this guy, I don't know what has happened to him. Let me know if you know where he is. Where is Stephen Mujingi? This guy was a machine. But now we don't have any Zimbabweans who can run. Now let's go to other stories. I want to go into newspapers. So Linda Mudzenda, Britain Has Got Talent is going to be performing at the British Embassy, where they are celebrating King or Prince Charles. Is it Prince Charles or King Charles? Prince Charles' birthday on the 11th of June. So that is taking place on the 11th of June, although his birthday is in November. Then Trevor Ngube has cancelled his trip to Dubai. I don't think anyone wanted to attend this thing, so he just cancelled. It will never happen. And then let's quickly look at students who are going to Russia. Is it Russia or India? So a bunch of Zimbabwean students are going to India. They have been given scholarships. So a lot of Zimbabwean students have been given scholarships to go to India. All I can say is, if you are studying in India, we are wasting your time. That place has got no education. We employ people from India and they can't even construct a sentence. That is crazy. I don't know what they study over there. The Bulawayo City Council is in trouble. So the Bulawayo City Council owes Zimbabwe Electric Company, ZETDC, $10 million. They've not been paying for a very long time. So they owe 332 million ZIC, which translates to approximately $10 million. So traffic lights in Bulawayo have been cut off. This is because the prepaid meters have now been installed, and as soon as the credit runs out, all the electricity is cut off for Bulawayo City Council. A massive problem as they cannot switch on the traffic lights. I don't know what they're doing with the money that they're raising. Bulawayo City Council, what a mess. So there is no power because Bulawayo City Council is not paying, and ZETDC has closed them out. And let's see what happens with that group. This is becoming a problem. David Coulter started well, but I don't know what is happening. Ever since they kept that guy, Christopher Dube, as the town clerk, everything is troublous. Let's go to another quick story. Newsday newspaper is carrying the story of the white rhinos. So white rhinos are being reintroduced to the Gonarezhou National Park. 5 white rhinos have been introduced. This is because they were extinct and they were no longer available in this 5,000 square kilometer game park between Zimbabwe, South Africa, and Botswana. So, sorry, in Mozambique. So they have introduced 5 white rhino, and that is on top of the black rhino that they introduced in 1992. So let's see what happens with the white rhino. Are they going to be able to repopulate? Can 5 rhinos make up the numbers? So that is a big question that is going to come up over here. Then I've got a very interesting story in business in South Africa. This is Marirangwe Msekiwa. Marirangwe Msekiwa is the CFO of Coronation Fund. Coronation Fund is one of the biggest funds in South Africa with 700 billion rands of assets under management, or $40 billion. So Marirangwe Msekiwa is married to Nobet Msekiwa, and her parents are Mina Tswere and the late Edmo Egson Shutu. She's doing very well. She's one of the few executives inside of South Africa in the banking sector, and she graduated from UCT. She then moved on to direct access after leaving Deloitte in Cape Town. So why I'm telling you about her is that she has resigned from Coronation Fund and is going to be leaving the country to work somewhere else that is outside of South Africa. And this is a big deal. So this is a big story. Marirangwe Msekiwa has left or is leaving Coronation Fund. She is going to be serving 6 months notice and will leave around November. I believe she's going to leave around November. This is an announcement that has been made. She was part of what? Bank ABC. from 2015 to 2017, if I'm not mistaken. That is Marirangwe Trust, Bank ABC, guys. If you know, you know. She is amazing. She's done very, very well. She's been all over the place in most of these big companies, but she spent so much time at Coronation. I think she joined Coronation in way back there. I don't know, like even how far it has been, but it's been long. She's done very, very well. Marirangwe Trust. So go check out that story. It's trending in South Africa. Banking is amazing. Most of the people that do banking, especially the Zimbabweans, they do so well because you quickly rise. But in South Africa, transformation has been quite slow. The triple BEE laws of South Africa have not resulted in any meaningful change at the top. But Marirangwe has done well. She is doing very, very well. So leaving the country, and she is going to, I don't know which country she's going to. She's worked in Nigeria previously, I think. So I don't know if she's going back to Nigeria, but that is the story. Then let's go to, there's a story I want to leave for today. I don't want to cover it, I've done it. Let's go to Rwanda. Rwanda, Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda, has pulled out Rwanda from the East Africa Community for Central States, ECAS. This is after they had a conflict over M23, and Rwanda was supposed to take over the chairmanship. However, the association has said this chairmanship should stay with Equatorial Guinea, and this has angered Rwanda, who then pulled out of the Economic Community for Central States, ECAS. So Rwanda is very strong. They do whatever they like. They don't have to worry about anybody. Rwanda is amazing in terms of fighting. They can fight you any day, and they will still win. And then in terms of the USA, there's massive conflict taking place regarding immigrants. You can go check it out online. But United States and China are meeting today and having a discussion on trade. So South Africa and China are holding trade relations today. And that is a big deal. If you're a trader, you know what I'm talking about. So that means we've got 70 minutes. Remember, I'm traveling today to Johannesburg. I am going to be attending the court case where Nyoka Mabunu's bail ruling is going to be delivered. And as I said, I've asked for assistance. Please help us to make sure that Nyoka Mabunu gets his lawyer's fees, and also gets security, and also we pay for all the things that need to be paid. So WhatsApp me over here if you want to assist, and let's discuss. Then please support our sponsor, Mve. So our sponsor, Mve, buy one packet of Mve and get one free packet of Mazondo Spice. If you're in the UK, please buy so that we can support our brother. We can support the struggle. Atidi kutongwa nema salad. Atidi vanotongwa nema salad. Atidi vanorara vakapeta muswe. Yes, atidi vanorara vakapeta muswe. So I think that I've covered everything here. And today is going to be quick because I'm preparing to travel, obviously. Now, let us look at the comments. What is in the comments? ED killing general is weak. Misinformation. ED argo revanu nenzara. My general argo batwa se ishwa. I don't have to say more. What happened to the girl with the 50%? What happened to the girl with the 50-cent P? I don't know this one, comma. And then I know ZANU-PF says loyal to the soul. What else? ED and Chiwenga are the same. They will never betray one another. Mrs. B. Let me tell you about Chiwenga and ED. Within the next 2 weeks, something big is going to happen. The relationship between Chiwenga and Mnangagwa is like a cat and a dog. Cat and a dog. Kanakuti, Sekuru Gudo, Nemuzukuru Tsuro. That is what you're going to see. Who is going to outsmart who? Is Sekuru Gudo going to come out on top? Is Muzukuru Tsuro going to come out on top? But it won't end well. The two can no longer survive together. You will never see Chiwenga and Mnangagwa again together. one of them is going to drop, and whoever moves first wins. Well, we want to hear Tagure's speech. Yes, I'll get you Tagure's speech very soon. I'll get it for you when he's speaking. I'll also, you know how easy it is to find it. It's so easy. I'll find it for you. It's not even hard. What else? Now, let's go to a big story. Gambakwe no work. Guys, what's happening is shocking in the world. Listen to me very carefully what I'm saying here. In the next 4 years, there will be no jobs. Like literally 90% of the people won't work. And this is in 4 years, if not earlier. So what is happening? Companies are closing. There is no buying power. So if you walk in any shop in South Africa right now, people are not buying. You're probably going to be the only person there. So you go into a big shop like Jumbo. I was at Jumbo last week, and I was literally the only person there. You go to a macro or you go to a game, you're most likely going to be 2 or 3 people there. You go to a KFC, you go to a McDonald's, it's the same. However, there is a big story today which I want to bring your attention to before I go. And this is the tire company, Goodyear. So Goodyear is closing, and a lot of people are losing work. So let me show you what is happening with Goodyear. So Goodyear, South Africa's announcement on Friday to discontinue its manufacturing operations in Uthihang, South Eastern Cape, has sent shockwaves through the region, with over 900 jobs at risk due to a Section 18972 NUMSA. So the reason why these guys are closing is no one is buying, and the economies of the world have changed. AI is destroying everything, and, well, not destroying everything. It's changing everything. So what is happening is the economies are being restructured, and you must be prepared for a world with no work. So we are working on a lot of stuff. We have started talking to people. So you'll see within the next few weeks, we'll make announcements. We've started talking to people, and you must be part of it. In the next few years, you won't be able to find a job, and your children will not be able to find a job. University degrees will be useless. Honestly, imagine someone going to university now. What can you study which you can't just Google, or which you just can't check on AI? So what are you going to do when you get a degree? So everything is changing. So that is what we're preparing for. Become part of it, and just WhatsApp me. Come back on work. So many people have already WhatsApped. Right. I think that is clear. And let's bring this. Okay, in Zimbabwe, there are a lot of new black-owned companies opening up, including AI companies. Zimbabwe is not even a proper country. Like, if you think Zimbabwe is a proper country, you haven't seen anything. South Africa is not even a proper country. South Africa's economy is getting hammered. When I first came to South Africa here, there was growth. At the moment, everything is stopped. The same way you find something, the same way it was last year, it's going to be the same year. Guys, take care of your financial future. One of the biggest things you must understand, if you are in the UK, if you are in USA, if you are in New Zealand, Australia, within the next few years, there will be certain industries that will survive, but most industries will die. And what you're seeing in the United States, where there's so much unrest taking place very quickly and dramatically, is because low-level jobs, those jobs like cleaning, retail, those are the only jobs that will be left. And we'll all be fighting for those jobs against the locals. So let's see. Let's recap. Let's not continue. Right, so let's go back to headline. The South African newspaper, the Star newspaper, reports that there are speculations that the former president or late president of Zambia, Edgar Lungu, was poisoned. However, they're not saying who poisoned him and where he was poisoned. So this is the headline today in one of the biggest newspapers in South Africa, That is the story that is going around, that Lungu was poisoned. But when I look at the actual story, I don't see where they say how he was poisoned and who poisoned him. So it's kind of crazy to make such a headline and they not say who poisoned him. So let's remove his picture so that you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the biggest headline ever. Lungu may have been poisoned. The question is, who poisoned him? Where was he poisoned? And how did they know? So this is crazy. And PF is making all sorts of accusations. I don't think it's fair to make those accusations. The government of President Hakainde Hichilema is one of the best governments ever. His daughter, Tarsila Lungu, is the one who confirmed the death. She held a press conference. But I can't see, just saying here, HH and his people said Lungu wouldn't make it to 2026. And they made sure of it, said one of the protesters. It's not true. There's no way that President HH will be involved in such a thing. I don't believe it. President Hakainde Hichilema is probably one of the best presidents in Southern Africa. And you would not be involved in such a thing. This is the smear campaign. I don't believe it. And it's crazy. Now, let's look quickly at President Dumaboko. President Dumaboko is amazing. Where is President Dumaboko right now? Did he come back from America? Let me show you President Dumaboko. President Dumaboko is speaking, he was speaking in Las Vegas. So let me show you President Dumaboko before I leave. What did he say? So look. Diamond expert and former president of Diamonds Do Good, a global non-governmental organization, says our message is essential for inspiring and driving change.
Hi, I'm Anna Martin, and I am so impressed with what's happening in Botswana and how the president, he absolutely gave the love that diamonds give and the community that has benefited from this beautiful expression of love. And we believe that consumers need to hear this. They need to know the good that diamonds have done. And diamonds do good. That's why we're doing what we do. So
diamonds do good. That is why we do what we do. President Dumaboko, I'm coming for my diamonds over there. That is amazing. Let's go and see Botswana. Botswana is a massive country, and diamonds play a big part in that country. Without diamonds, Botswana would not do anything for the people. So I'd like to thank all of you for watching. I'll be traveling today. However, if something happens, something big, you see me, and I'll try to find that speech by Tagwire as you requested, and we'll post it here as soon as I get it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching, and thank you very much for your support. Gambakwe Media, the biggest media house inside of Southern Africa. We're doing so well, and it's all because of you. Very consistent, and 15 years already running. Very, very amazing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again as soon as something big comes up, and a good day to you all.
Shiri kumedza go ifanika anaconda taona pazobuda nana tironi komanda ngoti takajamu